Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Yusril. Welcome to World of Warships. Yep, the CV test is live. The third round of the beta is up and running. Congratulations to everyone who got in. I believe you can still get in through the World of Warships website. I think, possibly, maybe, not sure. Anyhow, they're starting us down at Tier 4 this time, and progress through the tiers is up through various combat missions. Of course, odd tier carriers are now a thing of the past. 5, 7, 9, no more. It's now 4, 6, 8, and 10. In particular, on the Japanese side, you have Hosho, Ryujo, Shokaku, and Hakuryu. So, let me think. Hiryu, Taiho, and Zuiho, I think was tier 5, are long gone. They will... I believe the plan is to branch them off into an alternate line. So we'll probably see them up... Well, we'll probably see Taiho up to 10. Hiryu up to 8. And Zuiho up to 6. And just establishing a parallel branch. We'll see how Wargaming plan to differentiate those. Meanwhile, over on the American side, again, 5, 7, and 9 are gone. So no more Essex, no more... well, I was going to say no more Ranger, but in fact it's no more Independence. They've bumped the Ranger down to tier 6, and the Bogue has been temporarily retired as well. What this is going to mean for the premium carriers is interesting, because the tiers could get very, very crowded. That's kind of deliberate by Wargaming, of course. One of the things they've had with the matchmaker with the current carrier is if you have, say, a tier 6 carrier and a tier 7 carrier, they're both going to sit in the queue for an age, because, well... you have to mirror your carriers under the current matchmaking rules. So by forcing the players into a narrower selection of tiers, that concentrates the population and hopefully will mean quicker games for carrier drivers. Woo! I have to admit, however, that I've really not been paying much attention. And that's kind of deliberate as far as this current round of test goes. I want to see how this works for a new player, because if there is one huge criticism that you can level at the current World of Warships carrier system, it's that there is no tutorial. Seriously, there is literally no tutorial that I've been able to find. You're kind of told, congratulations on getting through tier 3 in your battleships, here's your carrier, here's a completely different method of gameplay, have fun. And then at tier 6, oh yeah, we've introduced manual attacks, but we're not going to tell you about those. Have even more fun. Oh, and watch out for the Atlantas. The gluttonous fiends are forever hungry. So, basic plan is very simple. Grab Granny Hosho, get her into battle, and see what happens. Yeah, I can't say that's entirely unpredictable. 15 carriers, 1 battleship, 1 cruiser, and 1 destroyer. I'm assuming we're not going to have this kind of matchmaking problem on the other side of the team. I hope. Yes. Interestingly, no torpedo bombers at tier 4. Hosho has got armor-piercing bombs and rockets for high explosive and fire setting. Torpedoes are apparently considered a little bit, well, something you pick up at tier 6. I still think they ought to provide a tutorial, but, well, if they rope in Farazaleth, they've got Femininely on staff now, of course, and who knows, I might end up doing something as well, but it's all a little bit pointless if I can't get some carrier gameplay going. And, of course, what we might end up doing as well is getting some, anti-air games in as well. Just grab a cruiser. SOP, play cruisers if you don't play carriers, and absolutely inspect for anti-air as well, because we've got to find out how well the new flak system works, because of course the two are absolutely interlinked, and well, if flak's overpowered or underpowered, that's going to significantly affect carrier balance, particularly if they start bringing in premiums. I mean, Lord knows what they're going to do to the likes of Kaga or Graf Zepp. Well, presumably Kaga will go up to tier 8. Graf Zepp can stay at tier 8, but ooh, she could be nasty. Ah, a game. Excellent. I suspect they are using bots to make up the numbers here. Fine by me. I really just want some... So, yes, I believe it is. However, it's carrier on carrier with a couple of players in battleships and, well, a lot of bots to make up the numbers. Not really a surprise at all. Aid sectors of intestines round 1, yeah. Okay. So, I have a choice. I have got 2 squadrons, either AP bombs or rockets. Let's start with the AP bombers. Also, you notice I have a, well, it's calling a catapult fighter at the moment. Honestly, I would say scramble fighter or quick reaction flight would be a better description of that, because it puts 6 fighters into the air, and they just defend and cover the carrier. Of course, you only get 3 shots unless you load a superintendent, and there is a bit of a reload. 100 seconds on premium, I think it's 180 or thereabouts on standard. So we'll get Hosho doing circles, and we'll get the dive bombers off the deck. Yeah, my boys. Let's go. Fixed landing gear biplanes. What could possibly go wrong? So, as far as controls go, W engages, well, what the game calls afterburner, but technically war emergency power. And S holds the brakes. Interestingly, slowing down also blows your afterburner charge, which is a little bit counterintuitive. Also, you don't have, well, you do have mouse look, but you kind of have to hold the right mouse button for it. So, let's see how this goes. Bombers are up. Looks like the Langleys are dropping high X, and the Japanese are getting armor piercing, so that's already a significant change. Now, let's see what there is to bully. You'll also see down below I am recovering my bombers already. So we have a couple of destroyers, a battleship, cruiser. Let's head over the battleship, and ooh, there's a carrier. Right, so as far as controls go, R is consumable. 1 sets yourself into maneuvering. Engage boosters, engage the engine burn as well. Come on. Right, slow, turn, commit. Oh, missed that one. Still, we've got to line up on the second carrier as well. And
approaching target.
There we go. And completely missed the bomb run. Then again, maybe. No.
Returning to ship, taking fire.
Probably easier just to get the rockets. Interestingly, they go into a Pugachev's Cobra, pull up, and then come down. So that's worth knowing. Stuff you learn. Also worth noting that you have to watch your aim. You have to, on the dive bombers, seem to have to engage a lot more, a lot later than you thought you would have to. Oh, somebody tried to hit me. Oh, AP bomb, no damage, however, interestingly, just took an engine hit. Okay, fine by me. Let's circle to the side. Go for this cruiser. Now, stand by. Lead him in. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Commit again. Missed. Okay, circle round. 2 of the 5 bombers will peel back. The remaining 4 will circle and begin their next run. Turn. Right, let's try this again. Lead onto him. Lock on. And just more like it. 2 hits. Accelerate up. Circle round again. I'm starting to think that... ooh, getting close there.
Approaching target.
Bow to stern approach is best. Rockets away. Okay, significant flight time for the rockets as well. Worth knowing. Let's try the dive bombers again. Double tap 2 to get them launched.
Maintaining present course.
Yeah, hopefully, hopefully the game will put in a show. Also, what would be nice is the ability to scramble my quick reaction flight while I'm actually, you know, controlling a squadron. At the moment, I don't think I can actually do anything. with regards to my carrier while I'm controlling a squadron, which is a bit of a pest. Okay. Kind of looks like the Battle of Midway game. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Right, let's line up on the battleship and find a target. Oh, carriers.
We're under attack.
Oh. Go, 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 go. Also worth noting that your consumables do not replenish, so apparently you only have enough ethylene glycol on board ship for 10 seconds of bomber time. Which is interesting. Right, turn in. Decelerate. Now, wait until he's right on top of us. There we go, commit the bomber run. And... bomb's gone. 2 misses. So much for the flight. Right, rockets it is. Put the cat fighters up. Launch. Okay. I actually have to wait because it's taking so long to repair the rearm and repair the rocket planes. The squadron has to get back, of course, to replenish, which kind of makes sense. Think you could try for a destroyer attack? Yeah, let's give it a 2 destroyers. Right, you know what? Give me a sec. Just... this is, of course, a separate client installation. It's actually still on 0710. So, settings, controls, display team lineups, both batteries, rotate minimap. Where did the last known marker go? Boink and boink. There we are. Right, destroyer. There we go. 1 small boat. Coming in. Okay, commit the attack. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Rockets away. Ooh. Yeah, he felt that one. Well, as hitting destroyers go, that was actually pretty trivial. Maybe I just got a lucky shot there. Cat fighter is up and orbiting. Let's try a battleship. Approximate marker there. Target marker there. Rockets away. Started a fire. Engage. Turn back. Yeah. When in the Atlanta. AA cruisers are something I'm going to have a look at tonight, of course. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, and dive bomber's ready to go. I will get this right. Ha.
Maintaining present. The enemy team has taken the lead.
We are suffering a slight case of exploding team syndrome, however. Is this against bots? It's mostly bots on the surface ships, yes. There's a dive bomber, however.
We're under attack.
Align with him. Well, get in front. Hit the accelerator. Turn back. And commit.
Target. We're under attack.
2 overheads. Boom. Okay, and I actually lost a significant chunk of the squadron just trying that maneuver. Okay, turn back in. 1 plane left. Wait for it, wait for it. Okay, commit the attack.
We're under attack.
Drop to 7. Wow, okay. Dive bombers are actually a bit of a pain to use, actually. It doesn't help that the sights. Maybe I'm missing something about the sights.
Maintaining present course.
Also, yay cat fighters, go girls. But yeah, rockets are very definitely easier to use than dive bombs. Let's hurry this up. Engage the engine booster, so I've now got effectively infinite speed. 164 knots top speed.
We're under attack.
There we go, having to slow it down. Commit the attack.
Taking fire. Returning.
3. Yeah. Tighten the turn. Commit.
Taking fire. Returning.
Hit him again. Not much actual damage. Mind you, these are 5-inch rockets at most. Turn back. Skid.
Engaging enemy.
And right. Abort the attack. 5, 4, 3. There's a way of aborting the attack. I don't know what it is. Fine by me. Circle around. At least that gives me enough room for another run. Oh, yes. The Saipan seals. Enjoy those. They're fun. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Returning to ship.
Boom. Right. Okay. Dive bombers, go.
Maintaining present course.
And yet again, I've got good reason to be cursing the fact that I cannot control my carrier independently because I have got a battleship closing on me, and that's a problem. Honestly, the ability to just maneuver the carrier, even if it's on the map, would be a serious help. Okay, let's try this again. So, line it up, commit the attack, and come on, come on. Yeah, the fact that that grey sight is so seriously misleading about where your actual attack indicator is gonna be is a pain in the neck.
Approaching target.
Again, the yellow attack, nowhere near it. Bollocks. Hey, Tam, thank you for the host. Yeah, so... pretty miserable in all honesty, and the other guys didn't have any better a time of it either. So, dive bomb sights horrendously off at the moment, unless I'm missing something incredibly obvious there. Let's try the Langley. Try high explosive bombs. Oh, also my server connection is hiccuped. Whoops. Oh well. Rockets act like a shotgun. Rockets are considerably easier to aim, but they're not doing much damage. We'll see how well bombs do, if I can actually work out how to hit anything with them. The fact that you've got your grey sight popping about 20 degrees in front of your actual dive sight is... yeah, that is seriously misleading, unless I'm misunderstanding the sight somehow. Note to self, carrier tutorial videos if Wargaming don't do it themselves. And yes, Atam, yeah, the dive... I'm sure the dive bombs have the potential to be devastating, it's just rockets are a lot easier to aim, and rockets can start fires. In fact, the Wumbo combo, since you get 3 passes, potentially, I can completely see captains making 1 pass or 2 to get a fire going, and then making the 3rd pass to get a permanent fire going once the dam con's out. However, I think the server is having kittens. Well, it's beta. It wouldn't be beta without something exploding. I think one of the other carrier tests actually had to stop, or at least be aborted, because the servers were about to go up in smoke. Yeah, Data, they need to add direct carrier control while you still that, and they need to add the option to put your fighters up. If they add that, then it'll help. At the moment, it's basically reduced the carriers to artillery. As things stand. And I believe they've removed the ability for carrier fighters to detect torpedoes as well, so your reconnaissance capacity is heavily reduced, and that's going to be a big thing for carriers in competitive, because of course in competitive, in King of the Sea, clans, well, not clans, King of the Sea at least, the big thing about carriers is they're not about strike potential, they're about reconnaissance potential. So have Wargaming thrown the baby out with the bathwater? That's kind of the question that needs to be asked. And I'll admit, the RTS gameplay was a big jump for a lot of people. It wasn't popular, witnessed the lack of carrier population, but I think the client has gone, either the server's gone pop or the client's gone pop. This is unexpected and something of a peril with live streaming. Give me a sec, I'm going to go for a client restart, so unfortunately this is going to be a black screen for a few seconds. Yank. Okay, in fact the client has actually gone poof. Okay, fine, we'll do this the brutal way. End that. Thank you. Right, and let's get this back up and running. I hope it's not going to do that on every single game, or this is going to be a serious pain in the neck. I'm good, Vipers, I'm good. That was Altair 4 Epibio. I actually broke out the task manager and killed it that way. So, let the game reload, see if we can get back into the game. See if the login wants to play this time. It may be that the server has gone pop. Nope. Yep. It flickered just for a second. Okay, this might be a new and interesting bug, because you notice the connect icon has gone active, for want of a better term. It's orange again. It was grey just briefly. Okay, well, let's give it 30 seconds. Oh, Wargaming don't have to change it. It's a beta test. I mean, it wouldn't be a beta test if things didn't break. Let's be honest here. So, yeah. Kind of putting a crimp in the actual intended testing, but there you go. Oh, Wargaming don't ever change. Okay, let's kill this task then. Interestingly, if I ask it to kill the task, it very briefly brings up the quit option before it drops out. So just check there's nothing lurking. I don't see anything in my processes. So I think we've had a clean exit-ish. Very-ish. And what I'll also do is take out that, just to make sure DX Tory isn't interfering. DX Tory has started having some weird interactions, particularly with DirectX 11 and 12 games. This is what beta is for. Are they testing server stability? Well, if they aren't, they are now. We'll give it one more go, and if this fails, then this is going to be a very, very quick stream, and I'll have to come back to it. Well, we'll try it tomorrow. Okay. Right. Connect. So you see that the connect button temporarily drops out, goes passive as it tries to log in, and okay. Oh, nope, we're back. We're back. Yay! Woot, yippee, etc. Right, so let's try the Langley. High explosive dive bombs. Huzzah! Shortest stream ever. Well, if you discount some occasional tests I do when I'm trying to get new mods or extensions into play, basically, yeah. Anyhow, back in business. One Langley. Of course, it'll be more bot target planets. Let's see if the high explosive dive bombs are any easier to use than the torpedo bombers or the rocket bombers. Of course, the torpedo bombers aren't that hard either. The funny thing is, dive bombing was arguably easier because literally with the Stuka you just flew over your target, went down 60 degrees for the Americans, 90 for the Stuka, and you put bomb on target, well, put sight on target, push button, and yeah. Chap by the name of Rudel, I believe, wrecked at least one battleship that way. The guy was a monster, especially in a Stuka. Unfortunately, he was also an unrepentant Nazi, which kind of dinged his reputation as one of the best strike pilots the world has ever seen. Yeah, first impressions are not great, it has to be said. But we'll see. I mean, that is literally first impression. First impression in this round. I've played a few games in the round 1 beta, but again, missed the reconnaissance role, missed the scouting role, missed the air defense role. The fact that they've basically pulled it right the way back to artillery, I must admit, is giving me a slightly bleh taste in my mouth. Maybe I'll change my tune as we get into the higher tiers. If we get into the higher tiers, this is by no means guaranteed. Okay, game is up. So, bots incoming. Apabilido, yeah, but if you think about current tier 4... Ooh, a little bit of a flicker there. This is why you don't listen to the vocal. No, it's why you listen to the vocal minority and then take what they have to say with a very large dose of salt. Several buckets straight from the almighty Jingles' best quality mines. So, let's try high explosive dive bombers instead. What could possibly go wrong? Also, crank the carrier up to speed, and well, we'll hold the fighters for the moment. I should be able to get a wave up, out, and active by the time the enemy can get across to try a snipe. That shipyard vote button still appearing? Oh, okay, it's not on my repeater. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, fine. Excuse me a second. My extensions and yank. And now it should not. Anyhow, dive bombers up.
Maintaining present course.
Good luck and fair seas.
Okay, let's hit the accelerator. And away we go. At least it lets you have a look at the plane models. They are really rather pretty. Oh. Okay, I get the hint. Slowing down. There's the AP bombers off the Hosho. Interesting that I have a detection warning. That's I think relating to the aircraft, not the carrier, which is something they'll need to look at as well. Okay, we have a battleship. Let's start with that. So, line up, stand by for a bomb pass. Oh, we have a cruiser as well. It's a Danae. Negligible flak. Perfect. Oh, they've animated the ailerons. Nice touch. And oh, the rudder's there as well. So, where's my sight gone? There it is. Let's get back. Turn. And right, commit the attack. Again, the sight comes in.
Taking fire.
Very badly short. Okay, we'll roll past, go for the battleship. I don't know if that's a bug or if I'm misunderstanding the sight.
Taking fire.
Well, skid over. And aim short this time. There we go. Bombs away. 2 misses. Right, you have to give it quite a bit of space, don't you?
Fire.
Fine. Let's turn back, put on the brakes, tighten the turn race. Let's go for Grandi Hosho. Nice static target. Check course, check vector.
Engaging enemy.
And
Taking fire.
bombs away. Boom. Right, back to the carrier. Put the fighters up. Dive bombers again. Except you can't launch because, well, they follow right off the deck. Okay, fair enough.
Maintaining present course.
these bombs had better be something pretty potent. None, but if you run into the likes of a Texas, yeah. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Yeah, technical difficulties being the fact that the sights are banjaxed. You have to aim more or less about here, just at the bottom third of the actual grey reticle, which you'd think you'd be looking at the centre for your rough target point, but apparently not. Anyhow, let's turn in.
We're under attack.
Okay. Cruiser's manoeuvring. Target, go for the dive. Scrambled. Okay. Still bow to stern approaches. Then, let's get in.
Approaching target.
Come on, come on, come on.
Fire.
No, hopelessly wrong there. At least you can go for multiple targets. Okay. And turn. Hard stop. Hard port, rather. Come on, come on, come on. Pull the G's. Feel that force. They'll invent the pressure suit eventually.
Engaging enemy.
Ooh, one hit, one miss. Right. So yeah, basically you're aiming for the bottom third of the marker. Right, let's just set this up. So, yoink,
Autopilot mode
yoink.
enabled.
There we go. Out of the map. And rockets away. Honestly, the rocket planes at the moment are just better, as far as I can tell. Doesn't hurt that they are, in fact, retractable undercarriage rockets, and they're faster, I think. So yeah, 189 knots compared to the 160 that we were getting off the dive bombers. The rockets are easier to aim. Yes, improvise, adapt, and overcome. Yeah, I know. I was just preferred not to have had another Mark 15 debacle. And it was the Mark 14s on the surface boat. The Mark 15 was the submarine. Was it? Or was the Mark... No, the Mark 14 was the submarine one. And yoink. Targeting. Rockets away. One penetration. Relatively low damage. But you're launching 4 rockets per, so depending on what the fire odds look like, let's swing back and hit him again. Watch the targeting. There we go. 7, 6, 5, 4. Ooh!
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
That might just have been the right shot in the right place. No, there are no Tier 4 torpedo bomber planes. Bit of a surprise, but there you go. Okay, so yeah, I think we can mark out the US rocket planes in particular as being just flat better than the dive bombers.
Airborne.
So, yeah, I think if they fix the sight, so this isn't completely misleading you as to your aim point when you go into the dive, that will solve a lot of the problems, but at the moment, the rockets are just that much more easier to use. Also, you just can't aim in ships. Yeah, well, why do you think I like carriers at the moment? It's simple. You tell the bombers where you want the torpedoes, and the flyboys do the rest. It's what you pay them for, isn't it? Got to keep them in brill cream for a reason. Okay, one battleship coming in. Got a nice bow to stern run on that guy. Fighters are still orbiting. There's... Oh, battleship has turned.
Taking fire.
Okay, right. Starboard. Bottom third. Commit the dive. And completely overdo it. Okay, another bottle sheep. Okay, right, let's try this again. Yoink, commit the dive, align it. Boom. 2 hits. How much damage was that? 5,000 on a good day.
Returning
Okay.
to ship. We're under attack. Autopilot mode disabled.
Right.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Back to that and launch the rockets.
Maintaining present course.
Hey, Penguin. Cargo is OP. Cargo is OP provided the enemy does not know how to run air defense. If the enemy does know how to run air defense, Kaga is bait.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
But yeah, so I won't deny that that doesn't hurt. Okay. Lining up the rockets.
We're under attack. Engaging enemy.
I'll get sight. Match him.
We're under attack. Returning to ship.
Fire. And he's damconned. Skid back.
Approaching target.
Committing.
Taking fire. Returning to ship.
Boom.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Ah. Yeah, rockets are just so much easier to use. So, back to the pain train. 600 damage, kill stealer. Yes, 3. That's basically what they're... I think that's how they're balancing the rockets. Low damage, low penetration. I mean, these are 5-inch, 120... They're basically 127mm shells, if that. With a rocket motor behind them. So you can kind of understand why the damage is going to be a little bit pathetic. In fact, I think the ones on the US planes might be 3 inches. So yeah, 76mm rocket with tiny little firecracker warheads, but they will start fires. So I don't know if that's a significant problem to address.
Under attack.
Okay, aren't quite going to get this guy bow on, but
The
let's
enemy is
watch
about to
it. Okay, and commit.
Taking fire.
Okay,
Returning.
I might be misreading the sign. Let's turn back for another pass. Lead him on. Commit the attack.
Enemy. Taking fire. Returning to ship.
Yeah. I wonder if it's me making a mess of the site. Also, rockets up. Get the carrier into a turn.
Maintaining present course.
Let's go have a look at that destroyer. Oh. Okay, so you can scout, but since you've only got one squadron, your ability to provide good air coverage is limited, to say the least.
We're under attack. Approaching target. Taking fire. Returning.
Missed. Blast it. Right. Squadron can turn back. We've got a target. We've got a boat that I think is about to run itself aground. Can I get this wrong? Why am I even asking? Commit.
Approaching target.
Sights on.
We're under attack. Returning.
Okay, hit him. 2 more. Let's circle the last run of bombers round. Come on. Turn, 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 turn. Commit the attack. Sights on. Rockets away.
Returning to
He's
ship.
not dead. I am, however, going in the right direction. Not fast enough, mind you. Dive bombers, go. Because that cruiser's going to be chasing.
Maintaining present course.
Dropping frames? Okay. Bandwidth just went very, very spiky. It was fine at 5K. Settings. I'm going to take low latency mode off. That will hopefully smooth things out, but it will come at a price of not being able to respond to you guys quite so quickly. On the other hand, you can argue that maybe I have bigger problems than that.
Approaching target.
Pen. Yeah, I think it's me misreading the site, honestly.
Engaging enemy. Taking fire.
Commit, commit, commit. Especially against a target that's heading away. Boo.
Taking fire.
Well, that settles one thing. I don't know if the sights are calibrated for a target that's actually sailing towards you. Also, I can't access my damage control at the moment, which is kind of an issue.
Dead ahead.
Yeah. I think they've got the sights set up for a target that's coming towards you at 30 knots. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, you can't maneuver, you can't control the carrier. Apparently I am personally jumping in the planes and heading away, and we're still getting put right, so Twitch is rip. Well, I wish I could say I liked this thus far. Alright, I'm going to just do a quick restart of the stream, guys. 1 second. Alright, so reinitiating the stream. Hopefully low latency mode will stick this time. Right, I suppose we better take a look at the anti-air side of things, hadn't we? So, what do we want? Yeah, software engineers will be busy with the crash dumps tomorrow. Yeah, I keep forgetting that there is a significant thing. Anyhow, hopefully that's fixed the frame buffering issue. Let's just see if the port's behaving itself. Okay, that's a bit better. I think. Let's see if it holds again. Right, so I suppose I'd better grab the Hosho again. Why? Exterior. Camo. Type 5. Let's just go with that. It will make people read even more about carriers. Can't use Damcon, can't put your fighters up while airborne, can't control your carrier while airborne. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, to be perfectly honest. I think your only other option, if you need to, is basically to abort a carrier run. Sorry, and RTB your planes, which is kind of... your what? Well, let's see how this goes. Another minute or so until it gives up and brings in the bots. Is this still part of the test, and do they plan to change that? I do not know. Honestly, I would like to hope that that grey site is basically... that's where you're aiming. On the other hand, the ship is moving, so AA might actually work. It actually was doing a pretty good job of knocking the bombers out of the sky anyway. I was rarely getting all 3 strikes in, even at low tier. At least with the dive bombers. So flying over massed flak would be problematic. Twitch may have finished being twitchy, Gingerbread. I restarted the stream, killed the low latency mode, so hopefully that will behave itself a bit better. Or at least with less buffering. Bandwidth is still looking a bit shaky, honestly. Normally I'm running a 5 meg upload, and it's currently trying to toddle along at 3.5. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Just about ready for the bots. There we go. So, accepting that it might be me and not the dive bomber site that's a problem. Have I tried midway yet? No. I haven't actually got off tier 4 yet. You can't just jump up to tier 10, Gingerbread. You have to work up through 4, 6, 8 and 10, getting base XP each time. Not much, about 7,000 base XP in total to do it. So at this rate, about 20 games. Which is, actually, that's absolutely terrible, isn't it? Oh, look, double CV game. Yeah, what a surprise. Anyhow, we'll try the armor-piercing bombs again. I have a feeling they're just going to plough through Hosho and out the side, but ideally I'd like a static target. Ooh, I've just had a thought. I can use landscape as a static target, see where the marker comes down. Rather than trying to judge against moving targets like, well, ships. So, what we'll do is we'll put the dive bombers up. Realise that, oh yeah, I can't actually control my carrier, so Granny Hosho's just going to sit there until we're done. And away we go. Whee! Okay, so you see that rock promontory? That's going to be our aim point. We'll fly over it. There we go. Now let's see where that marker comes in. Yeah. You get a bit of movement, but it does draw a line through your aim point, basically. Hosho has AP bombs, yes. Can use training rooms on this server? Might be, but honestly I want targets. And let's face it, the bots are a pretty good summary of what the gameplay experience will look like. Let's skid out and go for that cruiser. Oh, that cruiser has got a fighter running defensive. Go past him. Pop the booster. See if I can slip in before he shows up. Commit to dive. Okay, one overpen, 300 damage. Go battleship. Remember, need to lead this target quite a bit. That'll do. Commit attack. Commit dive. Whee! Boom! Citadel! Haha! 3,000 damage. Right. Hello, Hosho. Let's have some fun. Can you control the ship via the minimap? No, is the answer to that. Not while the planes are in the air. Oh, right, they've all been shot down anyway. So yeah, you can use the map while you've got the carrier control, but the moment you have planes in the air, it's not happening. Okay, dive bombers again. Also, no pilot, but then that's so Wargame don't get a 15 or 18 rating on this thing. Let's move. Isolated carrier over by point A. Now we know how the Yamato felt, yes. Main map autopilot works? Okay, I stand corrected. You do have main map autopilot. Which is something. I would like the ability to put up fighters and Damcon at the same time, but hopefully Wargaming can add that in. This is all still in development and testing after all. Advanced Imperial Tactic remote control planes. Well, at the moment, switching out Tomaso has the Strikewing RTB, so that kind of wrecks it. Anyhow, let's turn in, line up on this guy.
We're under attack.
Okay, Frenchie. Commit the attack.
The enemy team is
Wait
taking
for
the
it,
lead.
wait for it. Bombs away. One in camp. And I've got a fighter on my tail. lead him a little bit ahead this time.
Approaching
Commit.
target.
Bombs away. Wow, 2 splashes. Should have let that dive hold a little longer, I think. Oh. They came from behind.
Engaging enemy.
Commit, commit, commit. Bomb away.
Under attack. Returning to ship.
Another in-cap, right. Sod it, rockets. Also, I need to just
Maintaining present course.
set a different autopilot. Sawfish torp in the steering gear. Gotta say the A-flags. I think it may just be we're getting a closer look at it, to be perfectly honest. Now. Let's go. Target the bottle sheep.
Matched.
Actually, no. Target the Fletcher. Sorry, not the Fletcher. The bot called Fletcher aboard the whatever the blazes that is. Come on, where is he? There he is. Again, lead on. Rough area indicator confirmed.
Fire. Returning.
600 damage. Only firing 2 rockets per, so I don't know if these rockets are meant to be doing more damage.
Approaching target.
Commit.
Under attack. Returning to ship.
600 again. Bleh. Pull up.
Reached.
Circle round. Find that destroyer.
Engaging enemy. We're under attack. Returning.
Yeah, 594 per. Considering you only get 2 rockets on a salvo, that's just a little disappointing.
Maintaining present course.
Visuals are nice. Visuals are very nice. I'll give them that. Go, 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 go.
Destination reached.
So far, it's all down to the bots. Yay. I will kill something. I will find and I will kill. Although I think they've nicked that destroyer I was aiming at, so let's try a battleship instead.
Taking fire.
Or 2 battleships, in fact. Oh. Okay, there's the target. Okay, rough aiming point there. Lead him.
Engaging enemy.
Line.
Taking
Rockets
fire.
away.
Returning to ship.
And Salvo's gone. Let's get the dive bombers up. See if they can do something to a battleship.
Maintaining present course.
Wait till you get to a DM and a Worcester. There's a certain artillery feeling to it, Datey, yes. But again, this is tier 4. But honestly, you're right. If this is tier 4, people are not going to stick around for the higher tiers, where supposedly it gets good. Of course, we said that about Worcester, and well, look at how that went. Sorry, yeah, British cruisers in general. Yeah, let's move the carrier up.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Need speed control on the carriers as well, at least from the mini-map. That's a fairly important ingredient that's missing from the UI. No ability to multitask. Yeah. At least the ability to put the cat fighters up would be worthwhile. Anyhow, let's line up on this battleship. Can I get citadels? It's coming in. Commit.
Approaching target.
Okay, 2 misses.
Taking fire.
Yep, they've accurately replicated player behavior. Proper simulation.
Engaging enemy.
Also, weaken Citadel battleship with AP bombs. Oh, once people figure out how to shoot straight with these things, there are going to be so many tiers and low tiers. Yes, TK, now I know why people play like bots. Right, let's go have a look at the carrier, see if I can deliver a surprise there. Let's get the Susies up. Oh, he's launched his fighters. He's probably going to engage on the rocket planes first, though. So if I can turn in front of him.
Taking fire.
Come on, come on. It's maneuvering. Right, commit. Commit, 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 commit. And bombs away. 2 overpens. Right, RTB. Fresh bombers up. There's a battleship to bully.
Maintaining present course. We're under attack.
They'll have to, midlife crisis. I mean, they've completely reworked the captain skills, so I would be very surprised if they did not do that. And yes, the alternate branches to play around with loadouts. We're getting Yorktown, if some of the leaked images are to be believed. Well, I say leaked, Wargaming released them, so that's not really a leak.
We're under attack.
Right. Lead the target. Go, commit the dive. And completely overcooked. So, circle around. The fact that you cannot put air defense up. Again, you're basically an artillery unit, and I gather they're unpopular in World of Tanks at the moment.
Engaging enemy.
By that I mean perennially unpopular. Come on, come on. One pen, one over. Circle round. I have a feeling torpedo bombers are going to make this a lot easier.
We're under attack.
Okay.
Approaching target.
Bombs away.
Returning.
There we go. Citadeled. Talks. What's up? 10-minute cooldown on the cat fighters.
Waypoint.
Sorry, 10-minute runtime. Wow.
Destination.
So basically, yes, you do just put cat fighters up and that's it.
Airborne.
Which is a bit disappointing. We need the Ark Royal. Well, I can't see them not doing her with the British carriers coming in. The new CV gameplay is managing look even more boring. Yeah, I'm hoping it's just the fact that it's tier 4. At the same time, the fact that if it is this slow at tier 4 and this potentially irritating, that's not going to encourage people to play carriers any more than the current RTS system. Still, we shall see. Right, he is static, busted engine, so
Approaching
aim
target.
on. Commit. Bombs away. 1 overpen. Well, the random number goals haven't changed any, have they?
Approaching target.
Oh, goodness.
Returning. Airborne.
And they've got the train avoidance working properly. Woo! Right, let's go find these carriers. Hey, what do you mean I'm getting team damage warnings? He steered into me! far as the scouting roll goes, bleh. Well, you can pick targets up, but I wouldn't care to go spotting in a high-tier map like this. Could have capped and CV lewd, yeah. So very lewd. Well.
Taking fire. Engaging enemy.
10.
Returning.
4 of 4. Let's try a bow to stern pass. Sorry, stern to bow pass this time.
Approaching target.
Hitting.
Returning to ship.
2. And last but
Taking
not
fire.
least,
We're under attack.
midships again. He's getting his fighters up, however.
Battle ends in 5
Commit this. Sights on. Rockets away. 4 hits. Right. AP up. Ah, wait, no.
Maintaining present course. Autopilot mode enabled.
There we go. Yeah, so basically what you'd expect, Legolas, as you say, and you're adding manual controls to new CV play would make it better or worse. I suspect the fact that you can't multitask means that you'll be basically saying, okay guys, I am going to have to go bombers because otherwise I can't contribute. If I go with fighters, all I can do is spot and defend. Okay, that will work for competitive, but you'll end up with a meta in which both sides put their fighters up to start with, and then whoever wins the air superiority fight will have a significant advantage, particularly if the carriers are on a relatively long turnaround. Of course, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So that's an idea worth investigating. Let's turn in. Set dive up. There we go. Bombs away. 2 overpens. Right, well, so much for being able to get a citadel on a carrier.
We're under attack.
Commit. Again. 2 overpens. Right, so it turns out that, yes, this is purely a AP bombs going straight through the carriers, but it would have been glorious. You would pretty much shut down all CV damage to shield, but then you kind of end up back at the current high-tier carrier meta, where it's all about the spotting and the air defense. And if you put a long cooldown, say 2 or 3 minutes on a destroyed fighter squadron, then that would give you a window of opportunity to get an unopposed strike in. So that would open up some strategic possibilities, if nothing else. Right, let's go. But yes, at the moment, damage potential on these things is lousy, possibly because I'm still figuring out how to shoot straight with them. Okay.
Taking fire.
And yank.
Approaching target. Returning. Taking fire. Taking fire.
Although I don't think the Langley's having much luck either. Commit the assault.
Destination reached.
4 hits.
Taking fire. We're under attack. Approaching target. Returning to ship.
I don't think it honestly matters all that much whether you go for
Airborne.
bow, stern, or broadside shots. He was eating plenty just there, just now, regardless. Right, let's finish him off, win this game. Hopefully that'll be enough base XP to get up to Ryuju, and we'll see what torpedo bombers and flight deck chest can do. Also, he's static, so I don't know whether he's giving up. We've got 60 seconds left. Come on, go, go, go.
attack. Engaging enemy.
I'll admit the controls do feel a little loose.
Returning.
But, like I say, rocket planes are nice and easy to use, even if
Taking fire.
they're
The
a
ship
bit
is on fire.
ineffective at times.
Approaching target.
Come on, come on, come on. Also, the ability to abort an attack would be really, really handy.
We're under attack.
Never mind, I'll just turn these guys round. Rest of the formation swings back. Commit.
Approaching target. The ship is on fire. Returning to ship.
900 damage.
Taking fire.
Swing back. Final salvo.
Engaging enemy. Returning to ship.
1. Bleh. I think is the best way to sum this up. Still, that's a win. Okay, so 15 bomb hits, 34 rocket hits. I think I might finally be figuring out the sights, and 750 base XP. The Langley somehow did more. Okay. As opposed to the Langley on the other side, who did 998 even on a loss, so he's figured this out faster than we have. Back to the port, let's see if that's been enough to get up to tier 6. Rockets get a lot more effective later on, yeah, I'll bet. Okay. Has that been enough, or am I going to have to do another mission? I need to do another mission. Okay, I only need 270 XP. So one run with... Actually, we'll do a run with Langley. Purely to see if those high X bombs work any better. Yoink, go. I'm just confused. Yeah, what can I say? At the moment, this just feels like artillery light, but it's tier 4. I mean, if I went back to tier 4 carriers on the live server, I suspect this is point and click light. But there's no harm in dropping the occasional drop into the chat. Yes, finally. Still no link to the YouTubes. Yeah, I know, I need to get to that. Details. Launch bomb, die, repeat. You're not wrong. YouTube alright. Okay. Fine. YouTube alright, I hear you. Tomaso putting up the pressure, yes. So many carriers. If only somebody had a Uberry. Well, we don't get premiums on the test server, so there is no Uberry to play with at the moment. Would be interesting. Only tier 4 boat with defensive fire. Of course, panic effects are gone now. It's purely a damage boost. Legolas, yes, basically. The Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC is coming at some point. I've got half an eye on the Subnautica DLC as well. Well, I say DLC, semi-sequel would be a better description, I think. And, okay, Langley Hosho. Right, let's see if this goes any better. High explosive bombs this time. I'm just wondering if the rudder model animates on these things. Guess we'll find out in a second, because it's half out of the water in this thing. She is sailing very light for a ship that basically had a flight deck welded to the hull. Mind you, she was designed to carry cargo, so I suppose that doesn't necessarily weigh much more. May even displace less. Yeah, the Below Zero DLC, Pabio. That's sometime in 2019. Breathedge will hopefully get their DLC up and running as well. So, first things first, fighters up, because these things have a 10-minute runtime. Also, no, the rudder is not animated. Dive bombers away. Let's go have some fun.
Airborne.
Go, go, Corsairs. Dunno. I don't think it is. Get a very long afterburn time on these. Well, I say afterburner time, that's Wargaming's terminology. War emergency power time, I suppose, is more cumbersome. Anyhow, decelerate, turn in, set bombs. Wait, what? What just happened? High explosive citadel. Okay. 2, 1, release. 2 pens. And wow, these high explosives hit like bricks. Stern citadel, I don't know. Okay, target the carrier, come on.
Engaging enemy.
Don't panic, fishy. Don't panic. 3, 2, 1, release. Near misses. Right. High explosive bombers away again. If they're going to hit like that, I am not complaining.
Present course.
Also, my fighters appear to have decided that it's not worth engaging the enemy. Oh, there they go. Go, go, fighters. Woo. Completely passive, of course. We need to get damage numbers now. Low tier cruiser life. High explosive citadel straight through the deck, I think that. Oh, it was a Danae, yeah. That would explain a citadel hit through the deck, wouldn't it? Ooch. Well, let's go see if we can repeat that. It might just have been a fluke. Haha! Really hoping it wasn't. Then again, they're broadside. Can I? Actually, if I tuck him behind, I can get the Svetlana. So let's go. Run, 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 run.
We're under attack.
And then decelerate. Turn to come in. Commit.
Approaching target. Taking fire.
2 misses.
Has taken the lead.
Matter. Nope, don't have a shot there. Let's turn onto the battleship. Come on, bombers, hold together! Hold together, there we go. Committing, committing. Oh, the entire wing got shot down. Oops. Turns out sailing into the middle of an enemy fleet in biplanes is not a good option. So naturally I'm going to do it again because that's a crippled cruiser over there. I'll say this, the AI is smart enough to dodge out the way.
Fire.
Then again, it's probably smart enough to evade air attack anyway. Okay, committing, 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 there we go. Two stragglers again. About to get wrecked.
Approaching target.
Yep. You know what? Back to rockets. At least these are reliable.
Airborne.
High five with the British crew. If you don't release, what basically happens is that you buzz the tower, and as noted, you just rejoin the formation. No waste of ammo. I'm not sure if there is a way to actually abort a salvo. You'd think there would be, but I haven't found it yet. Okay, isolated bottle sheep. There we go. Right, we'll just come in Bow's turn to start with.
Taking fire. Engaging enemy. Taking fire. Returning.
One hit, 190. Okay, so yeah, I think the US rockets do less damage.
Is about to win.
You just get considerably more of them. Also, we have a bad case of exploding team.
Engaging enemy. We're under attack. Returning.
Mind you, I'll take 6 penetrating hits. Yeah, the gameplay.
Engaging
There may be more to it at later intervals, but yeah, at the moment,
fire. Returning to ship.
not liking a lot of what I'm seeing, I have to admit.
Maintaining present course.
Also, there's no gear animation on these F3Fs. Just pointing that out. And whoa, engine boost drains very rapidly. I wonder if that's proportional to speed. Nope,
We're under
it isn't.
attack. Approaching target. Taking fire. Returning.
Circle it round. I'm
Ship is
on
on
fire.
We're under attack. Returning to ship.
Maybe. Just following up on the invisible planes.
Approaching target. We're under attack. Returning.
But yeah, at the moment, this is very simplistic, isn't it?
You are the last.
Oh! How nice to be damaged and not be able to do anything about it. Yeah. Well, the good news is that should have... Oh, gods, no, it was not enough. Why? Why, Wargaming? What? 249? Why are you teasing me like this? One more game. They're all dead, Dave. Yuzral has to suffer more. Let's face it, that's what you guys are tuning in for, isn't it? Oh, well, look at it this way. At least we're off the coal barge after this one. Yeesh. In before detonation. Everybody's dead. This is not the funny kind of suffering to us. Why? Because you're suffering along with me? Well, it's good to know I can get some things right. Okay, come on, bots. Get yourselves sorted out. Well, I'm glad we've got something to laugh about, Data, because right now the Tier 4 carrier gameplay is not it. So here's the question, I suppose. How do you improve it? Given that Wargaming are not going to go back to the old RTS style, how do you go about improving carrier gameplay? Get rid of it. Don't think that's an option either. The carrier crowd would riot, and you can't really have a World War II era naval conflict game without the carriers, because, well, that's the conflict in which carriers came of age. Anyhow, I expect. Wait, no. Fighters first.
General quarters.
Airborne.
Yes, you need to have interaction between civilians. Right now you're just doing a bot swap. Yeah, I think direct control of the fighters might be a way to achieve that. They also need to add a tutorial, and they need to make it a good one. Where am I fighting? Ah, yes, invisible bombers. That's a problem. As you say, right now this is a bot's job.
We're under attack.
And they also need to tighten up the controls, to be perfectly honest. Okay, committing. And missing. Right, roll on, go for the battleship. Yes, I know this is a bad series of attack approaches. However, this guy
Approaching
is committing, so... Seriously, straddles on both? Really? Yeah. That's something I need to look at. Dive bombers, ease of use versus rockets and probably torpedoes as well. Hopefully we'll get some torpedo action after this game. I've accidentally shot down 3 planes. The bots are literally accomplishing more than I am. That is not a good sign. Yes. Magnus, that opinion is not wrong. I'm finding myself in complete agreement. At least at tier 4. Whether that changes once we hit tier 6, honestly, I don't think it will. If anything, I think it's going to get worse, because we're going to have torpedo bombers available, and those guys are probably going to be easier to use than dive bombers, from what I remember of them before. Okay, set that, follow the dive through,
taking fire.
and miss. But yes, with the fighting on fighter gameplay gone, with the air superiority war gone, that you're basically an artillery, and you don't even have the option really of counter battery fire. And that's another sound I completely missed. Right. I'd like to say dive bombers were easy to use, but really, there's still too much RNG involved, considering.
Taking fire.
Yes, and... good bot. Yeah. I hate to say it, but at the moment, well... Tier 4 at the moment is getting a very significant thumbs down from me. I am not wildly happy, but then I haven't played Tier 4 carry under the current rule set, so that's something perhaps I need to go and do just for reference sake. I suspect I'll be similarly unimpressed there. Looks pretty, but the gameplay right now is basically the depth of a car park puddle. Yeah, as you say, Magnus,
We're under attack.
you can barely attack... well, you can't attack each other's planes. You're reliant on him wandering in range of your fighters.
Approaching target.
And that's a problem, because it means you can't back up your friends. Woo! I got a hit and a fire. What's left of that Danae? Not much. So we'll switch on to the battleship.
The ship is on fire.
Yeah, and with the absence of panic, it has to be noted that fighters are a lot less effective as well. It's now purely a DPS race. And I'm not entirely sure I approve. Particularly given the difference in difficulty between using rockets and using dive bombs.
We're under attack.
To have 5 minutes for 2,500 damage. Because RNGs has basically said no on a couple of those approaches is galling. I mean, let's go murder that Easislav. Rockets up. Maybe Penguin. As I say, I need to finish this game, get up to tier 6, and we'll see. One Easislav. Not really manoeuvring. Probably regretting it. That was 1,000 damage on a relatively foolproof aiming system. Honestly, at this point, I think the bots would be justified in complaining about the humans on the team. Back. Catch this guy broadside.
Engaging enemy. Taking fire. Returning to ship.
Yeah. And one rocket salvo, indifferently aimed, 4,000 damage straight up. In before bot reports useful for poor play. Yeah, they are, but in private chat. Probably the AI is probably face palming. Maybe that's why the server hiccuped. The AI just went on strike and refused to play until there was somebody competent on the carriers. In which case I have no idea why they're still playing. There you go. Oh. Mark that.
We're under attack. Returning.
Back. Just go for the kill on this guy. Commit.
Target. We're under attack. Returning to ship.
One hit. Fired a little early, perhaps, but might be a parallax error on the
Approaching target.
guns. Mine.
Fire. Returning.
Not mine. Fine. Also, I forgot to launch my fighter, didn't I?
Airborne.
Okay, recovery on that. Hot fighters. You see, I basically lost the strike, but I did have the attack aircraft wing back pretty quickly. Somebody else kills these Easislav. Boo! Boo, I say. Fighters are up. Engine boost engaged. Can't even kill that. Nowhere boost small boat. Battle of Midway had better gameplay than this. I wish I could say that was wrong. But, yeah, there's a certain feeling of, at Tier 4, all you're doing is spamming rockets. Hopefully it'll change at Tier 6. Wow, one of the bots just pulled a double strike. Huh.
We're under attack.
Oh. Got an angle here. Invisible planes, though. Who knew the US... Well, they did have the Philadelphia experiment. It's going to eat torpedoes, so there's no point going for him. Turn in. Accelerate. Commit the attack. And one hit. Most valuable bot, yes. Wish I could say that was wrong, but it really isn't. Ah, that's better. Two fires, turn back. It's Damcon, but by the time I get these 2 bombers round, honestly the small caliber A is probably going to shred them this pass. Commit the bombers. Nope, there we go. Small cal did in fact kill them off. Rockets, go. Much safer option. Particularly when there's an Isakaze to bully. They'll finish that battle. She was only on 3,000 health. The cloak's not working, the fire burned it. The Jupiter class is better gameplay. The Jupiter class has actual guns. I feel obliged to remind you of this. I actually have that particular whale. Okay. Mark it up. There we go. Commit. And yoink.
Under attack. Returning. Approaching target. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Damn,
Returning.
missed. Yeah, well, hopefully tier 6 will be better once we get torpedo bombers, but I don't think it's going to change the core gameplay at the moment. There is no real counter to carriers besides flak, and we've all seen how effective that isn't at low tiers, so it turns into a damage farming race. And that's really fun for the poor sods on the receiving end. Yeah, we'll try the bombs.
Airborne.
Again. Yeah, maybe. And I think that's gonna be where you start getting the depth. Once people master how to shoot straight, or at least how to drop straight, we're going to see a lot more coming in. But again, it's just going to be a damage race. Without the ability, if the fighters are just patrolling home plate, sitting back and sipping some coffee, then, well, yeah, that's kind of a problem. Anyhow, let's go blow this Phoenix up. This is for what you did to Final Fantasy, Squeenix. Near perfect drop line. Come on. Release. 2 pens, 1 fire. He's Damcon. Right, he's turning starboard, so match that. Starboard, starboard. Stay behind him. Probably going to lose a bomber on this next run, but don't mind. I've got 2 spares. Commit.
Engaging enemy.
Bad angle. And it's the 2 damaged ones that are still up. Blasted. I don't know if that's a balance thing or something Wargaming might want to consider, that apparently your damaged bombers decide the best thing to do is to hang around and wait to be shot.
Target. Taking fire. Returning.
Also, as we've established, rockets are just easier. And the planes are quicker, and you get a quicker turnaround as a consequence. So in terms of DPM, I would have to wonder if rockets aren't better against light targets. Yeah. Anyhow, there's the target. I've got 6. Well, I've actually got 24 rockets available because these guys carry 4 per. So let's see if I can actually kill this guy. That would be a welcome surprise, wouldn't it?
We're under attack.
Might have to run.
Enemy. Taking fire. Returning to ship.
Okay. Oh no, he damn-conned again. Right. Circle back. Get ready to hit.
Engaging enemy. We're under attack. Returning.
3 hits. Not sure how much damage that did. Pretty minimal, actually. You're really looking for fires. Loop back again.
Engaging enemy.
Go.
Under attack. Returning to
Boom. 2 fires. Right, he's going to burn. Yeah, got him.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
airborne. Autopilot mode enabled.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
If you don't release the bomb, yeah, the planes just abort their run and go back into formation. Yeah, so use the damaged ones first, drop the bombs down to be to repair. Yeah, except on that last bomb pass, it used the intact bombers first, and then the damaged ones ended up still loitering over the target. Anyhow, 4 minutes 30, 22,000 damage. Well, that would be an embarrassing total in any other ship. In carriers, well, the way things are going at the moment, your guess is as good as mine, guys. I don't know what people's damage averages are working out at. So, if Wargaming worried about carriers potentially being overpowered at low tiers, no. No, not even slightly. Also, my engines have stopped making any noise. That's a... Oh, there we go, it's back.
Our victory is in sight.
Okay, cycle... Commit. Two pens, 2,500. Let's turn back, hit him again. Unless I get a couple of fires, this isn't going to kill him. Commit. Go, got the fire. Another 2,500. Okay, so I'll admit the bombers are hitting harder, but the problem is just trying to get a strike in. Eek. Oh, come on, one last bomb. Come on, it's the 5th act of the movie. It's all hinging on this. Boom. Okay, wait 30 seconds. How long's my fighter cooldown? $17, $16, $15. Come on! My bomb aiming does seem to suck, yes. Oh, I'm completely aware of that. We'll see what the other CV is doing. He is also closer to a target, so he's able to maintain a higher sortie rate. Okay, right, so it is literally 100 seconds.
Maintaining present course.
Nope, and now it's down to the carriers on both sides. Luckily, I'm in better shape than he is. Also, there's only 2 minutes left. There he is. Yeah, the bomb aiming thing might just be a matter of practice.
We're under attack.
Commit.
Engaging enemy.
Rockets.
Fire.
Yeah.
Enemy aircraft carrier blown up.
Rockets are basically idiot-proof, I think. I'm not sure there's another way to describe that. Do I feel the excitement? Oh, it's tier 4. Don't get me wrong, this is potentially better than CV players just dominating the entire game, but
Approaching target.
missed.
Returning.
2 hits. Circle back. Plug in the brakes.
Approaching target. Returning.
Light the deck. 4,000. And that's it. So, yeah. Rockets like playing battleships. I would say, honestly, rockets are... by comparison to dive bombs, rockets are idiot-proof. And I wonder if that is going to have knock-on effects later on. So, we have a win. Yay! We have Tier 6 unlocked. So... 50 rocket hits, 12 bomb hits, and... Okay, I actually... Yeah, their top carrier scored more. Both their carriers actually scored fractionally more. But I wasn't too far behind. And yes, the AI Clubson did more than any of us. Oops. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realise the mission volume was going to be that loud. However... We've got the tier 6s. Yay! Right. Okay, well, we'll do one with... do one with Ranger. Let's have a look at her options first and foremost. I have got 10-point counts as well. So we now have options for a better hangar. More aircraft on deck. Not to mention... we now have the option to call in fighter escort. So patrol fighters will be called in by way of defense. So that's where the counter gameplay starts to develop, as well as the close point defense fighters. Worth noting that you don't have the option to upgrade. So let's see what other options we've got. Grummons, Douglases, and a bit faster. Air Groups Mod 1, they've changed all of this around as well. So Air Groups Mod 1 gives you 20% faster return to the carrier. Damcon hasn't changed. Flight Control Mod reduces preparation time. That's not really been a problem, has it? Attack aircraft HP, Torpedo Bombers HP, or Dive Bomber HP. Well, let's go with Torp Bomber HP, because that's what I want to test out. And we also have... Ooh... Torpedo Bombers attack time plus 2 seconds in the run. 2 seconds in attack, or boost time for the carrier's aircraft. I'm going to go with boost time for the aircraft, honestly, simply because that will cut down transit times. That affects everything. Bombers are much better than torps, yes, I'm sure, but I want to try the torps out just to see what they can do. Speaking of skills and upgrades, you also got the new stuff. So, reduces aircraft damage, yes please. Increases speed of squadrons 5%, not bad. Recovery time plus planes in the hangar. Air supremacy is now moved down. And has been replaced with... Actually, I'm not... There we are. Fast aiming. Okay, so we'll go for... I think improved engines. Demo Expert, Arson Bomb 5%, Arson Rockets 1%, Arson Standard Shells is 2%. Let's have a look at the aircraft for a second. So, 8% fire chance per... Well, it says rocket. It says shell, but it means rocket. Detectability range by sea, 10 kilometers. Okay, it used to be 8. And you're right, they have pretty heavily nerfed torpedoes. The 1,000-pound AN-M65 does a lot more damage if you can get it to hit. And therein lies the problem. So, we'll try... We'll go for... Demo Expert's a bit pointless, isn't it? First Master of Skill from Tier 3. Oh, TAE no longer affects Torp Bombers, so we'll go with that, and then we'll go with Fast Aiming. Right. Let's try this. Make sure you have top skill. I only have 10 points. That's a bit of a problem. Yes, they're premium fighters, so basically it's your close range air defense. HE bombs better than all lol. Yeah. Well, we'll see what Ryuju's AP bombs can do after we've played this one. And then I think we're going to wrap this up. Lewd. Very lewd. Look, it's a late night stream. We're all adults. And she didn't object. Which might not be a good argument in court, but there you go. And okay, we'll just let the timer sort itself out briefly. Okay, well, we're still pulling in bots left, right, and centre. Oh, we have got one player in the Fubuki, though. Okay. Right, let's see. Torp bombers, of course, cross-dropping is no longer a thing. So that could be interesting, he says with a certain amount of dread. Okay, carrier going in circles. As before, launch fighters to start with, then we'll put the Torp bombers up and see how these guys perform. Bombs are where it's at. 10k a strike constant. Have a few comments for Wargame then. Tier 4, I can understand why they wouldn't want to necessarily introduce everything all at once at Tier 4, but at the same time taking... Well, we'll see. It may be that adding the fighters to the bomber squadrons has added that extra layer to the gameplay, but... We'll see, we'll see. Torp bombers up. 6 per as before. Of course, that does potentially mean a quicker turnaround. And they have really, really got to fix this cloaking device option. I mean, it's very handy, but the Philadelphia experiment was a bit of fiction, guys. I didn't realise you were teasing us when you mentioned it in that article a week or so ago. Okay, now it's time to be good gameplay, absolutely. And right, let's see how this goes. So, fighters. Bear in mind I can call in a total of 6 fighters, 2 on each of the squadrons. Carrier detected, not really a surprise. Commit fighters. Down they come, down come his fighters. And now the dogfight begins, because we're both looking... There we go, his have committed. Unfortunately, his have committed to me as well. And I break away. Come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Are they just going to lock onto me? I think they might. Nope, nope, his fighters did in fact commit away. Unfortunately, with only 2 bombers left in the squadron...
Approaching target.
There we go.
Returning to ship. We're under attack.
1 hit. Boom. 4,000, no flooding. Right, let's put the dive bombers up. See if these go any better.
Maintaining present course.
And yes, teleporting undercarriage again. Right. Go, 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 go. That's the player Gerda. Also, we're getting... Oh, the bots. Oh, the bots. Realistic portrayal. Absolutely. Right. Let's do this. Start making passes on the Alba. So, first things first. Swing by, because I now have 9 bombers in the squadron, so I can make plenty of passes here. Okay. Not taking too much damage from the Alba. Let's skid in, line up behind him. Commit.
Approaching target.
Bomb's gone. Okay, 3 away. And all 3 missed. Note to self, launch at the last possible
Taking
moment.
fire.
Let's circle around and do that again.
Engaging enemy.
4, 3, 2, 1. Commit. Okay. Got another 3.
We're under attack.
The enemy is about to win.
I hate to say this, the torpedoes might actually have been easier. Two left, right. Go for the destroyer.
Approaching
Yank.
target. We're under attack.
Bombs.
Returning.
Boo. Yeah. Starting the bomb run way too late. Maybe. Also, with of course, that you only, as I say, have a limited number of charges on your fighters, so that does add it in. Do you use a fighter strike to break up or defend? That's a question.
All stations.
Of course, once all the fighters are gone, that does basically turn it into a damage race once again. So, okay, commit this. Salvo. 2 left, 1 left. Torpedo running. Torpedo running? Did the torpedo... No, the torpedo did not in fact launch. You know what? Screw it. Rockets.
Airborne.
And fighters, commit. Come on, fighters. You were meant to commit. Oh, never mind.
Approaching target.
Too late there. Never mind, circle around. And the FSO got him. Fine brutality, small planes, yes. Worth noting that you drop a 3-kilometer radius circle when you do that. That's what the fighters set onto. So...
We're under attack. Approaching target. We're under attack. Returning. Engaging enemy. We're under attack. Returning to ship. Approaching target.
Boo. Right, dive bombers. Let's make this work.
Airborne.
Yeah, I think there is more to be had here. Don't know how they're getting multiple torpedo squadrons in the air at once. Because I'm seeing 3 torpedo squadrons. Oh, then again, wait a minute, 3 torpedo squadrons in the air. How's he doing that? Surely they should only have 2. Am I missing something? It's the planes going back. Maybe. But that's a hell of a sortie rate. Oh, we've lost. Oh, good point. So he basically had one squadron up. Ugh. Well, that was shit awful, wasn't it? Came in 4th. The team killer came in higher. Yeah. Thoughts. Well, the fighters are adding another layer to it. Tier 4 is honestly seriously disappointing. Tier 6 I'll need to give some more attention to, but I'm going to wrap things up there, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming up on midnight, and we might come back to this tomorrow, hopefully with a better population and a slightly more stable server, I hope. But thus far, we'll see. We'll see. Encouraging team kill. Who knows? Who knows? I will mostly be playing Xbox. I know, and thus far, that's actually fine. But we'll see. At the moment, well, it's new, and I may just be having an instinctive reaction against that. But give it some more time. Give it a couple more streams. See what happens. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, farewell.